Hey everybody, Mike McElroy here with Center Coast Realty. Welcome back. It is time to do another real estate market update for the month of March of 2021. And boy folks, it has been a busy spring market. We'll tell you all about how you can capitalize on this real estate market in just a second. But before we do, as always, I want to remind you that we're about to talk big picture. We're going to talk about the whole Chicagoland real estate market. We'll drill into a few specific areas, but what's going on in Elmhurst is going to be different than what's happening in Orland Park versus Lincoln Park versus Forest Park. So if you want to know what's going on in your own backyard, fill out that form below, put in your name, email, and the neighborhood you're interested in, and we will send you a handcrafted report on the neighborhood of your choice so you know what's going on in your local real estate market. All right, let's get into it. We're going to start by doing the numbers. I want to start with median home prices. Now, median prices are kind of the rear view mirror. I always like to say that up front. Median prices tell you where prices have been. In terms of where they're going next, we're going to get to that in just one second. But first, let's see what we've done so far. Zooming in on just the downtown and city center neighborhoods of Chicago, home prices are up about 1% since December. Not bad. Zooming out a little bit to the city of Chicago, though, they're up 2.6% just since December. And in the Chicagoland market overall, nearly 3% increase in median home price just since December. Folks, that's a lot for just a couple of months, for just one quarter. That's the result of a lot of pent-up demand, especially in those Chicago numbers that you're seeing, as well as low interest rates that are leading to that demand and also making homes more affordable for people, which allows them to pay more. Looking forward, we want to know where price is going next. And for that, we like to turn to supply and demand. Let's start on the demand side of things because that's always exciting. We measure demand in terms of the number of homes that have gone under contract in a given period. Overall, in the Chicagoland market, demand was up 52% in Q1 of this past year. In Chicago specifically, it was up 44%, and in city center and downtown neighborhoods, it was up 32%. Now, I want to call this one out. March was obviously a little bit of a weird month in 2020, so we saw demand plummet in March of 2020. So that's going to affect these numbers a little bit, and it's a big part of the increase. But even if you take that out, demand was up in January and February. Just for fun, if we do look at just the month of March, demand was up almost 90% in the city of Chicago compared to March of last year, and up a healthy amount in the market overall. Either way you slice it, demand has skyrocketed compared to this time last year. Flipping over to the supply side of things, we like to look at the number of homes that are for sale on the market. So in the market overall, in the whole Chicagoland market, there are less than half as many homes for sale as there were at this time last year. Everyone is buying homes and not enough people are selling them. It's been the same story for at least the last 6 to 8 months. The supply of homes is down almost 29% in the downtown and city center markets compared to March of last year. So in this time, I'm just looking at 1 month at a time. So in the month of March, we had 29% fewer homes for sale in the downtown and city center neighborhoods than we did last March. That's significant, actually. Last year, if you recall, in March, there was the beginning of a pandemic, and everyone actually just kind of froze. And if they were planning on putting their homes on the market, they typically held off a little bit. A lot of people didn't list their homes for sale in March of last year, and yet there's still fewer homes for sale this year. Also notable, because last month, in February, there were more homes for sale than there were in February of 2020. So we went from year-over-year increases in downtown and city center neighborhoods to year-over-year decreases in terms of the amount of supply. That's a quick flip. So what we've been predicting for a while is that as things start to open up, demand for the downtown markets will return, and this would seem to indicate that that's what's happening. So even though it's been slightly softer of a seller's market in those downtown and city center neighborhoods, what we've seen, especially in March, is that it's starting to flip to a seller's market from a buyer's market pretty quickly. So what does this all mean for you? Well, let's start with the sellers first. If you're looking to sell your home this year, what I would say is that depending on the market, the comps don't matter that much. When prices are increasing this quickly, what you really want to look at is what's the competition at your price point look like. You pretty much just have to be one of the best homes at the price point you're at. You're going to look at the comps, but you have to understand those are the rear view mirror. They may not necessarily reflect your home's current value because demand has increased, supply is down. Someone might be willing to pay more for your home than they were back when those homes were on the market. We're also having sellers who, good news, don't even need to finish their staging punch list these days. Homes are selling on the private market, sometimes with multiple offers for a very high percentage of their list price. Speaking of the private market, buyers, you gotta be looking on the private market. You can access Redfin, you can access Zillow, you can see all the homes that are listed publicly on the MLS. But when you're working with a realtor like your Center Coast realtor, we have access to the private listing network, which is where sellers and realtors stash their listings before they're quite ready for the market. So they might be finishing that staging punch list, they might be waiting for photos to come back. Additionally, there are sites like Top Agent Network, of which we're a member. Only the top 10% of agents in a given market can access those listings. So really, to get a complete picture, you want to be working with a realtor who does a good amount of business, can access all of those listings, and additionally, we have lots of people that we're talking to who are thinking about listing their homes. They would entertain an offer, and that's a good source of potential inventory for you as well. All right, there you have it, folks. Another month of Realty in the books. It's been a wild one. We'll look forward to seeing you back here next month. In the meantime, though, if you want to know what's going on in your local neighborhood, fill out the form below, put in your name, email, and the neighborhood you're interested in, and we'll send you that handcrafted report. See you next time.